We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan. Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get 50 after Monday Night Raw?
What's going on, y'all? Whoa. StreamYard is wilding today. What's going on, y'all, man? It's your boy Shad Talks Grabs, and we are back with another installment of the Wrestling Republic Daily Broadcast. Man, this StreamYard has been tweaking out, so that wasn't me. That's another co-host that we do have on the show, who I will introduce, but we good, man. We over here. I'm back. It's Tuesday, the Tuesday Night Delight. It's finally returned on these Monday Night Raw shows, and I'm excited. And we can't have a show without my right hand man, the guy that I like to give a lot of BS to, Mr. Jordy in the bank. How are you doing, bro?
I'm good, mate. I'm good, and I've been caught with that cold open before. It happened to me a couple of weeks ago when I was on a show with Ben and Archie. So it does catch you off guard, let me tell you. But it's nice to have you back, Shad. I do have to admit it. I have missed you, and it's been nice. We've had Clark here. Me and Clark are always very friendly, but you know what? It's sometimes nice to argue with someone. So it's good to have you back for that reason. So yeah, let's talk about Raw.
No doubt, man. And I did not mute you over there, by the way. So
no, you didn't.
About that. All right. Last but not least, man, this is my dog. This is the first show I ever got to do with, bro. And he's from a region that is the most important region in the United States of America, the DMV. My dude, and you, how are you doing, bro?
Man, what's going on, Shad? What's going on, Jordy? It is a pleasure to be working with both of you guys. VA stand up, 2 up, 2 down. This is the best region. Let's get this show going.
No doubt, no doubt. And yes, 2 up, 2 down. If y'all don't know, man, VA, Northern VA, most importantly, not Richmond, not Virginia Beach, none of that, none of Norfolk. Not y'all, okay? It's the good part of Virginia, all right? Let's talk, man, because last night I had to do some victory laps, man. If y'all don't know, I am the Tuesday Night Delight, but I'm the Tuesday Night Delight because of NXT, and the numbers are aligning so well because the vision that me, Drizzy, and Clark saw with this women's division is only blossoming on the main roster now. Not only did Julia qualify for Money in the Bank, not only did Roxanne Perez qualify for Money in the Bank, but La Primera, in her first night, fresh off of signing the ink to that contract, qualifies for Money in the Bank. Triple threat match between her, my girl Liv Morgan, and the very talented Ivy Nile. Fire match. The highlight of the show, in my opinion. Stephanie just feels like she is an important figure in the WWE, and she just got to Raw, right? Like, this was her first night. And I said it last night on X, man. It's not going to be very long till she's the top woman in this entire division. It's not going to be very long till she might be the top woman in professional wrestling. She's got a balance of just pure star power, presence, but she's also one of the best in-ring workers in the entire industry. And her being in Money in the Bank is super intriguing because I don't know who's going to win it. I think you can make a claim for all of the women on there. It's definitely the highlight of the weekend to me. So I'm here for it. Salute to Stephanie Vaquer. I'm hoping she potentially wins it, but I wouldn't be mad if any of my NXT girlies win it. I'm going to ask you first, Jordy, what were your thoughts in regards to the triple threat match last night? And are you excited for Stephanie and Money in the Bank?
Yeah, of course I am. If there's a wrestling fan out there that isn't excited for just Stephanie in general, and like you said, not just Stephanie, obviously we're talking about Stephanie. The big deal last night was Stephanie, but yeah, you're absolutely right to mention Julia and Roxanne. It's fantastic to see how quickly this new batch of women from an NXT has just adapted to this main roster. They look like they belong, and they do belong. That's why they look like it, right? Like there's no kind of two ways about that. They look like they belong because they are at the level of most of the women on the main roster, if not better. So it's nice to see them treated that way. I stand by what I said. I would have liked them to come in as a faction and to take down this main roster. However, it's great to see them kind of standing on their own 2 feet within the division. They made a big deal of Stephanie. That's the biggest thing I can say. Look, most people should be watching NXT to some extent, right? They'll know who Stephanie is. But if for whatever reason they didn't, last night they made a big deal of it. It reminded me of Penta's debut on Raw. Do you know what I mean? When it just felt like that you're making a big deal of this person. Even the nameplate switching to be first ever woman to hold the 2 NXT titles simultaneously. You know what I mean? It's just they're bringing her in with that. Forgive the word, aura. They're bringing it in. The entrance was big. It was just huge, and to come out on top. I know Liv's on a bit of a kind of bogey streak right now, right? Losing a few matches because of what's going on with the Judgment Day, but to come in and to take down Liv Morgan, who has just been on this. I know it was a triple threat, but again, Ivy's big. It's just different. You know what I mean? It just screams to me that they know that Stephanie's a big deal.
No, for sure. And by the way, pardon the technical difficulties. It is not allowing me to cut into the camera cuts right now. So I'm working on it as we do the pod. But over here, we love talking as a family, so it's okay. Penta and her, I like that correlation in regards to the presentation. I think to me, like getting her, I don't know, man. I feel like I don't like doing the AEW versus WWE thing, but like the fact that AEW had her at Forbidden Door and they took her, I feel like that is one of the biggest interceptions. Like that's Deion Sanders pick 6 to the house. I mean, what do you think, Big Head?
So, man, Stephanie Vakir reminds me of the female Shawn Michaels, like just the presence she has when she comes to the ring. From, like you guys said, from the entrance with the horns to when you know she's going to hit her spot, when you know she's going to hit the Booker T. Devil's kiss is what she likes to call it. I call it the Booker T. When she gave us the Booker T twice last night, and just like the way she controlled the crowd, the way she seemed like she had been on Raw for months, but it was and she had been for weeks, coming on, doing a couple matches and stuff. So they prepared it for us. But man, what they gave us last night was 100% full go. I think it's going to be Stephanie in the bank. We're going to be talking about that. She's going to cash in on EO. That match they gave us, 3 weeks ago that ended in a disqualification, that was the practice one. That was is the crowd going to be in this? And were they? So, and I think Stephanie's gonna knock Rhea off the ladder to win it, setting that feud up later in the future.
Okay, so, I like that prediction. I like the prediction of her because they had the face off last night a little bit backstage, and that got the internet going in a frenzy. Everybody saying 100%. That the aura level just completely broke the scale last night. Man, I'm so conflicted for Money in the Bank right now, and obviously Friday I'm gonna get to be part of the prediction show. I gotta really think because, man, she really just threw the biggest curveball qualifying in this. I'm not gonna lie to you. Going into it, I was like, I think Naomi's gonna win it. I think Naomi's gonna win it. Everything tied to her character work, her backstage interactions with Tiffany. It seems like it could work. You could make a case for Roxanne Perez, just all the stuff that she's been doing with the Judgment Day. I think it'd be a good opportunity to kind of catapult a young star. But now you got Stephanie. And like Jordy was saying, bro, like his one gold every time she's touched a roster. She won both titles in NXT. It might be a spoiler. It might be a spoiler. I'm interested to see. We got some comments, and we got the comments a lot going crazy. Fernando Zayed saying, "Good afternoon, WR crew. What's going on, bro? How are you?" Josh saying, "Thought ain't you taking the hosting spot for a second? Got me fired up." Hey, man,
It'll happen. It's gonna
We're
happen.
going through it. We're going through it right now.
And you is definitely qualified to host, man. If y'all don't know, bruh host a lot of the stuff on the Etsy app and whatnot. So he's definitely qualified. For me, I don't even know if I'm qualified because the StreamYard is acting up today. So we're trying to get that working. But we said what else? Who else we got in here? We got comments I'm gonna put in a little bit. We got DC Warlord saying Stephanie and Chad are pulling double duty. That's the interesting part because she is also wrestling on the Worlds Collide card in the tag team match. Her and Lola Vice versus two talents from there. I don't really know who they are, so I'm not going to try to act like I know who they are. But they're wrestling two people from AAA, you know, so that is happening. They look kind of mean when they were on NXT.
The WWE got a little sloppy last night because there's a picture going around on the internet with Americo Grande, and he's like bent down, got the guy in the hold, and his boots say CG on it.
I saw that, man, and I think that is a little bit.
Is it a wrestling boot brand that we don't?
Nah,
we don't know about.
They was Carlos Garcia's. You know who they are.
Carlos Garcia is crazy. Of course, this can't be a chat without my boy over here just continuously letting us know that Saray versus Lyra Valkyria or Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. Because Saray has signed with WWE per him. We're just waiting for her to make her debut at some point in the near future. But till then, we gotta talk about stuff that really matters, and that's Carlito, and he's gone. You know, not even a rumor. Carlito has told us on X that his contract is expiring in 2 weeks. It's not being renewed, and he will no longer be part of the WWE banner. I don't know how to feel about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. It kind of sucks because I like everything that he's done with the Judgment Day and all his comedic timing towards it. But he's gone, and so is the PS5. And I'm curious, man, now that Carlito might be a free agent, the invitation's out there. Carlito, if you want to participate and take it to the game and play Chaos in WWE 2K, we could put a wager on it. All right. Because Chaos said he the best of all time. And I think you might beat Chaos in WWE 2K. All right. So we're here for it. But I kind of want to know your thoughts, Jordy. What do you feel that, you know, with his departure, how, you know, how is this going to continue with the Judgment Day more so? Like, as much as people want to deny it or whatnot, I think Carlito was kind of the glue because he gave us a lot of classic moments.
Yeah, he did, and it's gonna be sad for him to just not be there, right? It just kind of sucks. Like we've lost Shad now. The Judgment Day have lost Carlito, and it's never nice when you lose someone like that. No, I'm joking. Yeah, so it followed after the R-Truth thing, didn't it? It was the announcement that you kind of took to X not too long after that. It just feels like a missed opportunity to a little bit of an extent because you know how much the crowd love Carlito when you go back to Backlash in Puerto Rico and you listen to the pop that he got when he came out, and like he helped out LWO a couple of times and he got a monstrous pop, and then it got announced that he'd re-signed and everyone was so excited, myself included, and then nothing. Like he has been part of the Judgment Day and a very funny part of the Judgment Day, give us a lot of classic moments, but like it doesn't surprise me if he wants a bit more than that. I don't imagine that's what he signed up for when he kind of re-signed and came back to WWE. I imagine he probably thought he was going to get a bit more time sort of in the ring, rather just very similar to an R-Truth like character, right? We've kind of lost two of the people that were giving us backstage laughs, sometimes making a segment that was just a bit lackluster, adding a bit of a cherry on top, a little bit of a sprinkle, and kind of bringing it back with his little comments about the PS5 to Raquel, like all these little things. I think he'll be missed. I think he'll be missed. Whether this just shows that the Judgment Day is on its way out, I don't know. I do also. It annoys me when we're just not gonna, if they don't address it. Do you know what I mean? Like Carlito's just disappeared. No one's addressing it. No one's saying where's Carlito at. No one's. It's just like he's just disappeared. So I don't know. It just joins on a myriad of things at the minute that I'm just not super gassed about that WWE are doing. But it is what it is. He wasn't on screen a lot. He wasn't in the ring a lot. I understand it. I don't know how much his contract was, but I'd have kept him. I'd have kept him for the Apple spots.
And that's the thing with me, that I feel like people in those roles, you don't appreciate how important they are till they're not on the TV screen. And like WWE prides themselves being a sports entertainment base. That's the entertainment of it, man. And damn it, I'm gonna be real with you. We're gonna miss Judgment Day once we see it's completely broken up. Like, that's just the honest truth. Carlito brought a lot of a good humor, and he helped honestly out with a lot of these people. He showed that, yo, I can add a little bit of my charisma to y'all. Like that rubbed off on a Dominic Mysterio, a Liv Morgan, a Damian Priest, a Finn Balor, a JD, a Raquel, like that type of stuff. Him being a vet, like, I mean, y'all, we all around, that era, man. Carlito was a guy back in the day that I feel like was so under, like, I don't want to say underutilized, but like he never hit a trajectory that I thought he could potentially hit. I mean,
underappreciated is more the word. Like his feud with John Cena was great. I mean, this man was spitting apples in John Cena's face every week, and it built John Cena to be that mega baby face that he became. That feud right there was the catalyst for it. So yeah, definitely just underappreciated.
Yeah, man. And we got some comments. I'm going Mr. Caribou. Cool. That was definitely dope. And also this too, man. Roundhead said that pop in Puerto Rico was something special, one of the best in the last 10 years. They went nuts for him. Yeah, he like, that was a big moment. I was hyped to see him. I was like, oh,
I was hyped. Yeah, and he looked stacked as well. Like sometimes, listen, like our guys from our generation come back and we think, oh damn, are you all right? Like, do you know what I mean? But he looked in better shape than ever. And I was like, oh my God, we might get some more, like a different run of Carlito. He looks good. He looks like he can go in the ring. And yeah, it just felt like, and then he fell into this role in the Judgment Day, like I said, which has been good and I've enjoyed it, but I still feel that, yeah, he deserved more. And it's just a bit going to, once again, he's come back like his first run underappreciated, second run underappreciated. So I just feel for him, but I'm sure by the sounds of it, it almost feels like it's his decision. Like, I've got 2 weeks left. I'm not renewing. Like it seemed weird, doesn't it?
He had a sense of sense of humor in the situation, right? When talking about it, it didn't seem like it was something that was bugging him too much. Kind of like for a guy like him being in this business and being away from WWE as long as he has in general too, like it may just be something like, yeah, I understand, and you got to respect it. I think as us as fans, like you mentioned, I think those two guys that were obviously not being brought back, it's just the fact that they bring such a different element to the roster. That's not, we talk about top matches, top wrestlers, but like stuff like that is important, especially in the WWE, because I feel like they are very evident on showing like a lot more comedy. And I don't know, man, maybe Paul Levesque just doesn't like to laugh anymore. I thought he was part of DX. I thought he was here for the good vibes.
I don't know how many they've got, bro. That's what worries me. Like, I think that they've got a couple coming through that are really funny. I think Solo's actually really funny. I think Theory's actually really funny, but
both Usos.
Yeah, they again,
And
yeah. Probably one day Jay and Jimmy will fall into that R-Truth role and just be backstage cracking jokes. It wouldn't surprise me. And they seem to use like Alpha Academy for this as well. And like Otis is funny, but I think they're not as funny without Gable, because like Gable was the one that wasn't do you know what I mean? He kind of made it funny because he was like the Kermit the Frog in the situation. When everyone else was chaos, he was the one that was always trying to keep it together and be like, no guys, we're American, like we're the Alpha Academy, we've got to win matches. And like I just don't, I feel like they've lost something without him there. So I don't know. Yeah, comedy is something that I feel like is depleting in WWE anyway, and we've just lost two of the big hitters in that remit. So I don't know.
Man, it's definitely a tough situation. So we're gonna have to wait and see, man. But the PS5 is no longer in the clubhouse, and that's the one that really does hurt the most. But I have to say, before we get to the next topic, we do got to talk about the Wrestling Republic undercard. If you haven't already, you need to go ahead and subscribe to our second channel, the Wrestling Republic undercard. This is for exclusive videos, clips, and much more. We clip up a lot of stuff that goes on with here, a lot of our hot takes. We got a lot of our shows there. We had it off the air there a couple weeks ago, sold separately. It is a popping channel, and it's more and more content that you get to see with us. So go ahead, man. If you haven't already, after you're done watching this, just look up Wrestling Republic undercard. You'll find us, and you have to like, comment, and subscribe. All right. Jordy took my spot again. Look at him. StreamYard on his
You're still there on mine, bro. Don't worry.
Nah, that's all good. All right, let's talk about this tag team, man, because Seth has made his own version of the, some people want to call it the what is it? What was the thing with him and Triple H? I'm blanking for a second.
Evolution.
The Authority.
Well, the Authority,
and,
right?
And Evolution too. Yeah, it's kind of a combo with that. And they went in and they had these two big guys, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. The Bronze should have wore LeBron James jerseys. That would only made it, cherry on top. But they went ahead and went against our champion Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. DQ finish, but a lot of havoc being wrecked in this. And this team, this unit looks very menacing. It looks very scary. I think they did a great job picking two guys who are a legitimate threat, that you can believe that Seth must feel like he's on top of the world. He ain't got to worry about nothing because he got them two dudes that can handle his job. So I'm curious, man. Seth is also in the Money in the Bank match. He looks like he could potentially be the favorite. But and I got to ask you, man, what are your thoughts on the debut of Breaker and Bronson last night and everything going into this Money in the Bank cycle?
Man, okay. So if Toka and Reza from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were in the movie The Matrix, that's the tag team of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed that we had last night. They came out in all black, just had their wrestling suits on, and they were just ready to go. They had their one pieces on, and it was a good match, right? Like when you see that tag team, it's just like there's no way that Sammy and Jay should be able to keep up with them. It should have been a slaughter, but good match all between, and the stomp out of nowhere that ended it was great. I feel like if they're really going to push this tag team, they're going to be a problem for a long time, and I wouldn't want to be the New Day when you're standing across from them. But yeah, man, that's how I feel on those two. They went out there and looked menacing, as you said, looked like monsters.
And I'm super excited that you mentioned that, because the Raw tag division right now is looking weak. I'm looking at SmackDown and I'm seeing just the influx of talent. You just added the Wyatts to the fold. Obviously, you got the Street Profits. You got Jordy's favorite tag team in the entire world, the Motor City Machine Guns. Raise your fist real quick, bro. Raise your fist. You got Ben's favorite team, Pretty Deadly. Like, they just got a lot of people, DIY. And on Raw, it's just kind of been this cycle between the War Raiders and the New Day, and sometimes the Judgment Day is sprinkled in depending on the season. A team with like Braun and Bronson, and then potentially Seth winning gold. All three of them dripped in gold. Now that's evolution. Like that's evolution. Like
man.
So I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. And plus, I don't know who beats that team. Like to what you were saying, like
It's also bloodline like. By the way, it's also bloodline like.
It is very bloodline like.
And I mean, they need to really just. I feel like with this team, they have to establish pure dominance, like y'all was saying. Like it needs to be without a shadow of a doubt. Nobody can stop them. Nobody can beat these guys. And
I've just thought though, like, have we just figured out the end to this story? Are we gonna have to reunite the bloodline again? Because like when you're talking about this tag team on the roster, there's only one tag team that I can think that kayfabe wise should be able to beat that Braun and Bronson, and it's Jimmy and Jay together.
Okay.
And it's got to be
Uso and Roman and Seth feel like they've been weaving this story to end up back into a WrestleMania main event against each other somewhere down the line. Could it be the bloodline somewhere down the line after together?
I'm not mad at that in particular if it does lead to a Roman and Seth main event. Man, I think Seth is one of the most like just he's the most company guy that they have.
Yeah.
He's literally been there to be as over as he is. He has no problem being a gatekeeper. Like he is the person that kind of, ignited what we got with Cody Rhodes when he came back into the WWE. Everything like y'all mentioned with the Rock storyline last year, Roman, even like he's definitely someone that is never had the chance to be the top guy for a little bit, and now the opportunity is kind of there for him on Raw. I mean, it looks like they have positioned him to kind of be the top guy, and it's going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie, because the fans are hella fickle. All right, Bryan Danielson has told us that, and someone like a CM Punk, who also he helped put over. All these other people, they might beg and call for him, so they got to keep him. They got to keep him more healed too. That's my other issue. I feel like the music and all of that still kind of reminisces of like what we like about babyface Seth. I feel like he needs to kind of go more like hit that mode that he did when he hit Roman and joined the Authority, like kind of get into that heel bag again.
Yeah, I feel like Metro Boomin is going to change a lot of people's music. And it's going to be really good. Really good. The music is about to be, I'm about to buy the CD again.
You know what? Oh my God. That's actually that's a good shout right there. I think that could be the catalyst to like really help it stick out. That's the thing, man. Like I know we always make, statements and jokes about the current state of wrestling, like theme songs. And a lot of it goes to the Def Rebel, of course. But like I think it's all of pro wrestling. Like I'll be real. I'll watch AEW. If you went to like a series of people's songs, sometimes I won't even know who's who. Like I won't even know.
Royal Rumble's the biggest showing of that every year. It's like there's like a couple of seconds where you're like, who is this? Oh right, yeah, it's that person.
Yeah,
like that never used to be the case. Never.
Like, unless you like there's like certain people. Like obviously we know Cody's theme song, we know Punk's theme songs, but like those are real. Those are real songs, exactly, right? But like a lot of these, like the ones that are probably the best that I would say that WWE Def Rebel has made, maybe is like a lot of the stuff. Like Roman's is probably the best one.
Yeah, is Sammy's Def Rebel?
I don't think so.
No.
They Def Rebeled his version and they went back to the old one.
Yeah.
But I mean, his song is memorable. A lot of other guys like are memorable too. So
Solos is all right, actually. Solos got a good.
No, they got a bag.
All the bloodline.
Exactly. They know how to hit the
apart from Jimmy. Apart from Jimmy. Jimmy's isn't the best.
I like Jimmy's though.
I do like it. Do you know what? Jimmy's, it's like I like that as a song, but not necessarily as an entrance song.
Yeah.
Fatu's is gold.
Yeah, Fatu's is cold.
I gotta hear JC Mateo's theme song when when it drops.
It's not good.
I haven't listened to it last week. I gotta. That's what I'll do after we're done with the show. Roundhead said, "Is Metro Boomin in charge of themes now? Can we think?" No, Metro Boomin is not in charge of themes now. Metro Boomin has said on Twitter that he is interested in making beats for theme songs. So I mean,
there was a picture of him and Triple H standing there, and Metro Boomin is going to be working on some of the top stars' music.
Yeah, and man, WWE, it's genius. It's smart to do, honestly.
Worked for them before, hasn't he? Didn't they do that? Was it a SummerSlam tease that they kept doing with Cordy? Was that Metro Boomin when they were doing a stakeout?
Yeah.
No. It was
no, that was Travis Scott.
Was it?
No, they did. No, it wasn't SummerSlam. It was the show in Atlanta. I think it was New Year's.
No, it was like wasn't Bad
Blood.
There
yeah.
we go.
Yeah, they were like doing this outside of the Georgia arena. That was like in the beginning of the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, was it last year?
Yeah. Was it last year? I don't remember. It was in Atlanta though. I do remember. He's right.
It was last year because that gave us that Paul Heyman, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns at the football field.
Oh, it gave us that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so
3.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. That was one of the best segments WWE have produced in years. But the Rock doing the 1, 2, 3 wasn't so good. But the football field was incredible.
It was
that
cool.
Was,
it was because
You're in My Way in Life. That one was
because Cody is obviously a Georgia native, and then Roman played football at Georgia Tech, so it kind of coincided with a little bit of the parallel. So, but all right, let's get to the last topic because we got our last qualifier, and it is someone that I probably should have expected, but sometimes I let myself think that the WWE won't do stuff to me like this, but they always do. El Grande Americano, the favorite drink in Starbucks recently, he's in Money in the Bank, and him and Chad Gable are both on a show Saturday. Chad Gable wrestling on AAA against Vikingo. And then El Grande Americano, he's the last qualifier. He gets a pin over AJ Styles. CM Punk also was in the match. Very good triple threat match. And obviously, El Grande, I presumably think, is Chad Gable. And they put on the show. It definitely was a great match. But, he got that little something going on in that mask where he's able to wheel out and really hurt somebody. And AJ gets the pin. And me, I don't know what's going on with AJ Styles in regards to direction. Like, he went from having that, fake retirement angle to feuding with Cody to where we are now. Punk, you can say he's immune maybe to ladder matches. I don't know, since back in the day, but I thought having Punk in Money in the Bank just makes a lot of sense, especially, with John Cena being champion, maybe Punk getting that briefcase, cashing in on Cena. But they went with a Grande Americano, and I gotta say this. I think the disparity between the men's Money in the Bank qualifiers and the women's Money in the Bank qualifiers is night and day. I think the women's Money in the Bank match is selling a ticket for anybody to watch this PLE. I look at the men's one. It seems so sure that Seth is going to win, where it doesn't draw my interest that much. And it's nothing against any of these wrestlers. I think all of them are splendid, talented. But the WWE's booking for their men's division outside of the top couple guys has been putrid. And they haven't put a lot of guys in position to be in the main event scene. And a lot of it shows right here. I mean, obviously Penta is very over, but I feel like Penta has kind of been displayed as an intercontinental title contender from all the times he's wrestled for that belt against Dom. Andrade, this is a guy who takes L's after L's. Solo Sikoa, he's been eating a lot of L's too. So to me, it doesn't have a lot of, surefire that I think that, one of these guys can definitely win and cash in and really establish themselves. It makes me feel like, this is for Seth. Seth's going to win it. Seth is going to cash in on Jey Uso. We're on the women's side. I mentioned earlier, I don't know who's going to win it, and I love it. You can make a case for any of the ladies, but I'm going to kick it back to you, Ant. What are your thoughts on El Grande Americano getting this last spot? And what is your overall, like, what's the temperature on how you feel about the men's Money in the Bank going into this Saturday?
Well, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because I think we're tired of seeing the same people in title contentions and getting title spots, the CM Punks, the Drew McIntyres, the guys like that. So seeing someone like El Grande Americana, who is just starting to win over the crowd, right? And you see things like this. You saw it with the Yes Movement. You saw it with Kofi Mania, where they just start to get the crowd to chant just a little bit more every time. And I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see new people in the title contention. I hope we get a brand new Money in the Bank winner, someone who's never won it before, and just make it fun. So I think the climate of the Money in the Bank is definitely set up to where Seth Rollins is going to be the winner, right? Like, I don't see anybody else. I think Jacob is going to do something to Solo to prevent him from winning. And there's going to be a lot of chaos in that match. You're going to have the Bronze come down and interfere because there's no disqualification in a match like this. So it's going to be a lot of chaos. And I really thought this was going to be Logan Paul's year for Money in the Bank. But having him tag team with John Cena, against Jay and Cody, it's weird to me. But I don't know. I'm excited to see how we go, and hopefully it's someone new, and hopefully we get a good story out of it.
For sure. And man, I'm so glad Logan Paul is not in the match. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it wouldn't have been surprising to see him in it as well. And to that, I do agree. To me, like, somebody like Penta potentially winning, I feel like could be amazing. By the way, there is one other person I forgot to mention, LA Knight.
Yeah, there we go. I can't believe we've gone this long and nobody's brought him up.
Yeah, to me, LA Knight is probably the second person after Seth that I could potentially see winning. I feel like, and I don't think it's going to happen, I think LA Knight winning it and cashing in on Cena would be the move. Like, that could really set him up to be that next guy, that top guy. And obviously, there's a big debate in our Wrestling Republic group chat with Ben and me and Jordy and all the people that are over 30 on who cannot be pushed. Apparently, LA Knight doesn't fit that mold because he's like 40 years
Priest
old.
does, apparently. I don't know. They're the same age, but apparently Priest fits it and LA Knight doesn't. I don't know where we're at, but there we go. The thing is, he's 3 years on the bounce, right? 3 years on the bounce. He's been in this match.
Dude, he's so damn over too.
Yeah, sorry, Ant, you go before.
No, I was just gonna say, like, to your Damian Priest comment, like, doesn't he remind you of a baby giraffe? Like, his knees look like they don't go the right way when he runs. Right? That's always bothered me about
Bro,
Damian
that's so
Priest.
funny because, like, I've wrestled, and one of my notes when I first started wrestling was, and I'm the same height as Priest, was that I looked like a giraffe in the ring because my legs were too gangly and I had to, like, stiffen up a bit.
Just a baby giraffe trying to walk for the first time, man.
Yeah, I feel you. I do feel you.
That's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just it is how it is, man. So yeah, I think Damian. I want a young guy to win it. I wanted Mello to be in it. I would have loved to have seen Braun Breaker in it. I can't wait for Ilya Dragunov to come back. I mean, I know he's an older young guy, but still, man, we need those guys back to start building up the new generation of WWE superstars for us to watch with our grandkids.
For sure. No, I definitely agree with that. I mean, Mr. LA Knight fan over here, Jordy, what are your thoughts on Grande Americano winning last night, being the last entrant, and just the overall match as well?
I wish it was just Chad Gable. But That's my thing in this. I don't think Chad Gable doesn't deserve a place in the Money in the Bank match. I've been wanting Chad Gable to win a title since 2 Manias ago when Sammy got the push over him for that IC match at Mania. But so I like if it is Chad Gable, but I'm excited for Chad to be in that match. But I just wish he could use his own name for it. It's just a little bit irritating. But for me, man, LA Knight, apart from Seth, it's an obvious choice. I think you could have him in a feud with Jay where LA Knight turns heel, and because I miss heel LA Knight, I'm not gonna lie, and he is massively over with fans, but like I wouldn't mind him saying shut up, I'm talking, and going back to the old LA Knight. Because I think his character is arrogant, and I think arrogance works when you're a heel even better. I think you can turn it on its head by being that good of an arrogant heel that you're somewhat lovable, like we saw The Rock do in the Nation, and you know what I mean. And LA Knight initially did that, but I think it might be time to head back, maybe to be a heel. But also, if he did win, yeah, a feud with Cena, I think will just help him. I think Cena could do with it, because I think Cena, like, even if it's just the little things that LA Knight does, right? Like, remember the feud with Roman when Roman came out and LA Knight's music hit and he just walked straight past him? Like, it's them little things that I think he can bring to a feud. I wanted to see LA Knight and Cena go at each other on the mic ever since they teamed up when Cena did a little run a year or so ago, or 18 months, whenever it was. And I never thought there was going to be a real possibility for it, because I just thought like they'll both stay babyface. But because Cena is a heel, and it's in LA. It's in LA. It's LA Knight. It's his city.
It is not his city. He's from Maryland.
I know. But in kayfabe, bro, in kayfabe,
it's more the Mrs. City than it is LA Knight.
But you know what I mean. LA Knight could win it in LA. They've not leaned into that at all, so it wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't happen. But I just think that, like, am I supposed to believe that Punk isn't going to go and cost Seth the match now? Like, that's what should happen. So, like, I don't understand what. And this is my other thing, as quickly before we go. Paul Heyman is a walking, talking Money in the Bank briefcase, and we've seen it happen. He just calls in title matches because he's got that pull. Seth doesn't need Money in the Bank when he's got Paul Heyman. He just goes and pulls some strings and gets a title match. So I just think it's a little bit wasted on Seth. And I'd rather see it go to any of the other five.
What about heel LA Knight cashing in on Jey Uso?
Yeah, that's what I'm about. That versus Yeet. We'll have a little bit of that for a while. That'll sell a t-shirt and go on a good poster.
Versus Yeet. I forgot that happened. Right? Didn't they have that like interaction?
No, they teamed, didn't they? They teamed. I think the and Yeet team. They teamed up, but I don't think they were against each other.
We got a couple comments before we head out. We got Roundhead saying Ilya Dragunov. That is a bit for me. He said heel LA Knight would also be good right now. And then he says LA Knight isn't as good on the mic as everyone thinks. Cena would ruin him. Ooh.
Guess we'll never know.
Can confirm. I
don't know. I think LA Knight could. I think, listen, Cena, I think, obviously I'm a Cena guy over an LA Knight guy.
That's a comment right there. That's a Mailbag Monday type of comment.
Ruin him. I don't know. I think he could go. I think he could hold his own. But yeah, it wouldn't be a theory situation. But
I don't think he'd drown. I think it depends, man.
He's not Punk, but he's not theory. No, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like LA Knight would also excite Cena.
He's funny as well. That's program. The thing. Yeah.
Like, I think that would excite him for a program, because I feel like he could go toe to toe with him on a mic, and I feel like that's something that Cena would like to do. But I don't know, man, because he's going against Cody Rhodes in the tag match. And then last but not least, man, we got my boy I Make Beats. Yo, I missed the stream. What's good, Shotty? That thumbnail with Carlito and the PS5 has me crying. Salute to Ben Allison, man. He is the GOAT when it comes to these graphics. It definitely is one of the funnier ones. But, man, that is all the time that we have today. I appreciate y'all viewing in the comments. It's been a blast. Jordy and you, thank you guys as well. If y'all ain't got anything to do tonight, we'll be back again on this channel, NXT Off the Air. We're going to be talking a little bit about Worlds Collide. and whatever happens tonight, I think Trick versus Santana is happening, so I'm pretty hyped for that. And then, yeah, man, we're back same time tomorrow, man. You see all the times listed below. And in the words of our champ, Jay Uso, deuces, ooses, we out. Yeet.